What is up guys, Max here, and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video, we're going over my 2018 4K Premiere Pro export settings. There's a lot of words in that, so let's skip all the bull, jump to Premiere Pro, and get started. So here we are in Premiere Pro. Hi me. So this is my video from like a few days ago, the small rig cage review of first impressions, no big deal, but I'm gonna export this in 4K and show you my settings. Now, quick disclaimer, these are my personal export settings, what I like to use for YouTube. It may not be the best solution for you, but I know they work for me. Now, you may know a better solution, and a lot of people like to let me know down in the comments the better solution, which I'm totally on board for. I love that. It's how I learn, it's how I grow. But I really enjoy sharing my opinion with the community and growing the family that we have here. And to note before we get started, these export settings work both on Mac and PC. So, without further ado, let's get started. With your timeline selected, file export media, like always. So we have our preloaded export settings, typically what I've saved last, but let's assume it's not set to what we need. So what we're gonna do is click on Format and drop down to H.264. Super simple. Then we'll scroll down, and as you can see, my width and my height on my video is 3840 by 2160, which is 4K. Now, if your video is different, you want to change this to 4K. So you'll uncheck this box, which allows you to actually type in the resolution on the video. Turn off the chain link right here if you want to change the aspect ratio. Other than that, this keeps it synced. So if I typed 1920, it would change that to 1080. So back to 3840 by 2160. So down to frame rate. My frame rate for this particular video was 23.976. If you're doing like a tutorial like I typically do, I would change that to 60 frames per second, which makes it look really smooth and nice on YouTube. Everything else we can kind of leave progressive, square pixels, just like that. You really don't have to render at maximum depth, but if it makes you feel better, you can check the box. And then in our encode settings, change the profile to high and set the level to 5.2, which changed our frame rate, but we'll change it back to 23.976. Then scroll down to bitrate settings and change this to VBR 2-pass, which will encode the video twice, making it a slicker, nicer encoding. And then we change our target bitrate to 65/65. That's what I choose. That's what I find best in the YouTube quality that I get. Now, YouTube compression will change this a little bit. It won't look just as good as the original export, but that's compression ratio of YouTube. And for my audio settings, I just leave it at ACC. I kind of just leave that alone, not too big of a deal. Making sure that it's set to 48,000 Hertz, which it typically is preset to that. Now, what you can do from here is save this export setting as a preset. I don't typically do it. I just have a custom preset set right here, but click this button right here to save a new preset. Opens up a dialog box, and you can type in that new preset and save it for later. This goes for a lot of different settings like Instagram videos, stuff like that. But today we're focusing on 4K. And last but not least, you can actually click your output name right here. Click this, opens up where it will be saved. I always save it in my export folder of all my videos. Really simple for me, save it wherever you want. And once you're done, after that, I'd usually hit Q, and after you hit Q, it will open up Adobe Media Encoder, and boom, there it is, sitting in Adobe Media Encoder, ready to be exported. You hit the little play button right here, and boom, you have an export going. Hopefully it doesn't fail or anything like that. Now it's just a nice silky clean export for all your YouTubes, Vimeos, Facebooks, whatever you want, video stuff. So, that is my 2018 Premiere Pro 4K export settings. Not too complicated, but that is what I'm using this year. It works for me, makes my videos look nice and crisp, and I like it. So I'm gonna keep doing it. Hopefully this was helpful to you. Hopefully you can take something back and use it on your own videos. Other than that, I am Max. If you're new to the channel, feel free to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. Enjoy the channel as we go forward. And other than that, I guess I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
Study for it, rapping just your hobby, man. You trying to get some money for it? Yeah, I'm just setting the standard. They can't do what I do, man, and you can't stand it. Bring the hi-hat. It's what I call my bougie flow, man. It means I'm too funky, fresh, and fly to be hanging out with you lames. I can do this with my eyes closed and my hands tied behind my back, you dig?
Say bye, Domino. You gonna say bye? No? I think he's asleep.